Good evening to all of you at home. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our virtual service. L'chu Naranana will be our opening song this evening. I believe you'll find it on page 30 of the Mishkan Tefillah virtual service.
L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, Adonai. L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, Adonai. Nariha, Litzuri, Shenu, Nekadma, Fanav, Betodah. Nariha, Litzuri, Shenu, Bizmirot, Nariha, Lo. L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, Adonai. L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, Adonai. L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, Adonai. L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, L'chu Naranana, Adonai.
We welcome Shabbat now with the kindling of the Sabbath lights. We turn in our virtual prayer books to page 20 and 21. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlikneh shel Shabbat.
We continue now on page 44 of the virtual prayer book.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, Be'alma divrach yiduteh v'yamlich machuteh, B'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayede kol bet Yisrael, Ba'agala u'v'izman kariv v'himeru amen. Yesh merabba mevarach le'alam lal mehamaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpahar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemed kudsha b'richu le'elamin kol berchata v'shirata tushmekata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'himeru amen.
On page 46, we rise for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
Baruch Hu et Adonai, Hamevar Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam V'ed.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat olam mit Yisrael. Mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu me'orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege
Be seated as we continue with the Via Havta, page 54 in our virtual prayer books.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לעליכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Page 57. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Kodesh noratilot osefele noratilot osefele malchutecha rahuvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts, and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapares kat shalom aleinu, v'kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We rise now for the Tefillah, page 64.
Adonai sefetai tiftach ufi hagi tehillatcha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'himotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וסוחר השדה אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה רב להושיע. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בר גבולות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום נהלוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. We continue on page 73 in our virtual prayer books. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Adonai Eloheinu Me'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel Tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Hamecha
Page 77. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot.
Israel Hamcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Al Israel Hamcha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom V'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael, Shalom.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. At this time in our service, we ask for God's healing on all those dealing with illness, God's comfort to all who are grieving those who have passed away, God's support of all those who take care of others, and God's consolation to all those who are suffering now with the turmoil of unemployment. We turn in our virtual prayer books to page 271 as we sing our prayer for healing, the Misha Berach.
Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal
We take a moment now for silent prayer. It's quite depressing these days to listen to the news. Even as we strive to return to normal, we know that such a goal eludes us as people continue to suffer and die from COVID-19. In the midst of such depressing news, I encountered an article which spoke about scientists and billionaires who are united in their quest to quarantine this virus, either through therapeutic applications or a vaccine. Dubbed the Manhattan Project of COVID-19, the group, according to the article, includes chemical biologists, an immunobiologist, a neurobiologist, a chronobiologist, an oncologist, a gastroenterologist, an epidemiologist, and a nuclear scientist. One of the scientists at the center of the project, biologist Michael Rosbash, a 2017 Nobel Prize winner, said, "There's no question that I'm the least qualified." This week, we began the book of Numbers. The Israelites find themselves in the wilderness. It will be some time before they are prepared to enter the promised land. As they regroup, the very first command God gives to Moses is to take a census of the entire Israelite community. Many commands might have been given. The Torah had just been given to the children of Israel. Might Moses not have emphasized the importance of keeping the ethical commandments from the book of Leviticus? Taking a census seems so ordinary and perfunctory for a people about to embark on a quest to become a nation of priests, a holy people. Why would the first commandment of the book of Numbers deal with a subject so mundane and ordinary? From a theological perspective, God is ordering the census. But God, being God, simply could have done a quick head count to determine the number of people in the wilderness. So, if the census is not for God, then who is it for? No doubt the people of Israel were anxious. They had just escaped Pharaoh and his army. They stood at Sinai and they received the Torah. But could they count on God to save them in every situation as had been miraculously done in Egypt? Could they rely on the commandments of the Torah to save them from external threats, from armies that might attack them when they were more vulnerable? The Torah teaches an important lesson. Our prayer book says it beautifully. Pray as if everything depends on God. Act as if everything depends on you. Too often, people adopt a fatalistic viewpoint. Whatever happens, happens. But the Torah suggests another philosophy for life. Yes, there is much in life beyond our control, but we can still control much in our lives despite what seems to be controlling us. The census was commanded by God, but it was for the Israelites so that they could take a personal inventory, so that they could address their strengths and assess their weaknesses before they encountered the challenges of the wilderness. No doubt, there will be much to be learned when we look at the government's response to this pandemic. This insidious disease, this virus, was not well understood by experts who in January were still predicting that COVID-19 would not be as serious or as fatal as it has been. Young people initially were said to be relatively safe if infected, but that has turned out to be too optimistic. We discovered that our medical professionals had to reuse masks, and patients with other serious and chronic medical conditions and diseases that were long diagnosed before COVID-19 were put on the back burner as hospitals mobilized to treat coronavirus patients who, based on models that were not entirely accurate, were expected to overwhelm the medical system. Over time, as we take our internal census, as we self-inventory, we will hopefully learn from COVID-19 responses about our weaknesses. But look at what we have learned about our strengths. American companies were able to quickly begin producing needed medical equipment and protective gear. Most of the public cooperated with the temporary lockdown, and many people, not all, still understand that social distancing and face masks help reduce the spread of this mysterious virus. Labs have speedily mobilized to search for treatments. Businesses have introduced sanitizing procedures and measures to protect customers and workers. Local restaurants have been on the front lines to feed healthcare workers and first responders. Many corporations have put communal well-being above the bottom line. Zoom has made business meetings possible and has even connected families together for Passover and Torah study. Citizens have made an enormous impact simply by looking out for their more vulnerable neighbors. And scientists and capitalists have united to try to end this vicious plague. Mobilizing our strengths, working to ameliorate weaknesses and shortcomings, rightly looking at what we got wrong. Our slog through the wilderness of COVID-19 is far from over. Like our ancient ancestors in the wilderness, we will continue to have successes and failures, but we will eventually reach the promised land. Until that time, stay strong, stay well, and stay safe. Shabbat Shalom. Next week, we will once again live stream our Shabbat service. And if you look at our website during the middle of the week, I will have available for download a Kabbalat Panim liturgy. So we will be using that, and also a sheet with the Talmudic text that we will be looking at next Friday night. Andy and Bob, thank you once again for being with us and enhancing our services with your beautiful music. Shabbat Shalom. Our concluding prayers are found on page 300. Let us rise for the Aleinu. You may be seated. A reading before the Kaddish. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction, he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wish to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. At this sacred moment of our Shabbat worship, we think longingly and lovingly of Marion Goldner, Michelle Hamilton, Harold Jaffe, and Sarah Levitan, all taken from us during recent days and weeks. We name two at this time, those whose yardshites, the anniversary of whose passing occurs, as on this Shabbat we remember Dr. Robert L. Abrams, Celia Keidenbeer, Evelyn B. Bayless, Albert A. Berg, Edith Romanoff-Bort, Sylvia Bauschon Brown, Bessie B. Berger, Marilyn Cotton, Bertha C. Dreyfus, Paul M. Epstein, Michael B. Fain, Geneva J. Friedmar, Maida Green, Mervyn E. Green, M.D., Mildred B. Green, Diane Harris, Lenore B. Harris, Dorothy Sklar Jalan, Sally F. Cadens, Erwin A. Clark, Olga I. Klein, Francis R. Levy, Isaac Harry Linder, Ida Miller, Florence Munitz, Melvin Nussbaum, Irma Perlman, Carolyn Reinheimer, Samuel Reinstein, Estelle Robbins, Charles M. Romanoff, Samuel S. Schwab, Mary Ann Sears, Chris Schneider, Muriel E. Stenbuck, Clifford Strife, Edward Thal, Norman R. Thal, Goldie Waxman, and Joseph Ziegler. Let us turn now in our virtual prayer books to page 312 as we rise to sanctify God's name with the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yalmad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon of yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Shemei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lamei almaya yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei dekud sha barichu ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Shalom Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yalko Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yalko Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, give comfort to all who are bereaved, here and everywhere, as together we say, amen. We conclude our service this evening as we join together in singing Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom b'imromav, ישראל, ומירו אמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Please join us for Kiddush and the Motzi at home. You may follow in your virtual prayer book, page 23.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei piri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava uvrasson hinchilanu, zikaron lamase voreshit. כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. קיוונו ברכת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באב וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
Chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.